renovation budgets are dangerously low. So here's a problem. He budgeted $8,500 per unit. Makes sense if it was still 2023. Now the attempt was his last reno went fine, but that was a year ago. And I asked him when he last renovated a unit. He said about a year ago. That's your problem. Now, the reality check, we break it down. Labor, inspections, delays, costs up, timelines extended, renovations that were supposed to take 2 weeks now drag for months. Material costs have stabilized, but labor still climbing. And the real killer, permanent timelines and inspection delays. And here's what actually happens in 2025. The 8,500 budget becomes 12,200 per unit by the time you're done. Not because you went over the scope, because of delays, re-inspections, and the fact that the contractor you used last year is now booked for 6 months. Here's the real breakdown from a deal that closed a few months ago. Countertops went from $650 to $950 because supply chain delays meant they had to source locally. Flooring install went from $800 to $2,600 because the contractor's labor costs went up and two guys quit mid-job. Appliances stayed the same cost, but delivery installation went from $150 to $400 because of fuel surcharges and scheduling issues. Now multiply that by 70 units. You're $266,000 over budget before you even finish year one. And here's the worst part. You didn't budget for loss to lease during the renovation period. You assumed you turn units in 14 days and release in 30. Actual timeline, 38 days for renovation, 52 days for lease up. That's 3 extra months per unit of lost rent. On a 70 unit property doing a rolling renovation, you just lost another $185,000 in year one revenue. Solution? We build a contingency. Had the timeline account for leasing lag, 266 grand saved on paper, but more importantly, a deal saved from failure. So now you're almost $500,000 off your pro forma, and we haven't even hit the third error.